my phone on Do Not Disturb because I'm crazy popular. No, I'm kidding. Let me just send this Snapchat real quick. This chair is loud, so I can't move. What's up, guys? My name is Matt Zeffy. Today I'm doing a review of the Pro Aim Spark 21-inch slider. It's the first slider I've ever owned. I've used a couple sliders in the past before, but this is actually the first one that I've ever owned. I noticed that there wasn't many reviews on this slider, and I don't think there was actually really any at all. I think there was like one. It might have been in a different language. I bought it off Amazon for about $150-ish. It's shipped from British Columbia, which is actually one of my favorite places. So I got a 21-inch slider, but I honestly think I could have got away with one that is a bit smaller. What's cool about these, although it's 21 inches, is if you put it on a tripod, you'll be able to pretty much double that length. I actually have a quick release plate on there right now. I'm using a Manfrotto 502 head. So if you have a quick release plate on this, you could just slide it around to your tripod, which I personally find to be pretty awesome. Many of you might be thinking this is kind of like an Edelkrone or Edelkrone, whatever it is, knockoff. I guess you could say that. I've actually used that slider as well, and I'd say they're extremely similar. Obviously, they're made to be much more mobile and easier to transport. But if you know that slider, you know that it comes at a price point that's like pretty much double this. So I'd say that you're getting a pretty amazing deal when you get something like this. And as you can tell from the footage that I'm rolling through, the results are pretty similar. If anyone's interested in seeing the two side by side, I will play some of my Edelkrone footage for comparison as well. I don't actually own the Edelkrone, but I was renting it for a few days, or I've used it a few times, and it's been promising. This is very similar, and at pretty much half the price, I would lean more towards this. I actually have a Zion Crane gimbal, 3-axis gimbal, so I usually always have my camera on that. But there are times when I want a slider shot that I can't get with my gimbal. It's much more precise and accurate, and usually you can tell the difference. So as you can see, I actually have my Benro P4 quick release plate on here already. I pretty much have one of these on everything I own. One's on my gimbal, so I could just pull my camera off, put it on the slider, and that goes with just about everything, as well as my 502 Manfrotto head. You notice that it's much like other sliders in that it has a bubble level. It locks, it can go vertically as well. But what sets this apart is obviously the price point and the fact that you can get double the length when you put it on a tripod. For someone like me, that's really important. I'm running gun and I don't want to carry something that's double the size. So this will definitely get the job done and at a great price point. This video is also not sponsored. Just throwing that out there if you thought so. So one of the problems I had, well, I had a few, but the first problem was, the first one I got, it almost seemed like it was used, if I'm being honest, but the customer service was actually really kind enough to send another one, and they shipped that. I think it arrived in about 2 days, so that was pretty awesome of them. Some great customer service out in British Columbia. Another problem I had is with the bottom part here. You know, I don't know if this is something that is just because of my Manfrotto head, which is a 502 head, but I noticed that there wasn't enough clearance between, I guess, the sliding mechanism and the head. So I actually had to wedge something in between the quick release plate and the slider. I don't even know what I put in there. It might have been like a piece of cardboard. And that kind of just helps it, because otherwise this piece hits into the head. So you can get around it. Once again, I'm not sure if it's only my Manfrotto head, but that's one of the problems that I did have. Also, if you're going to go the route of using a quick release plate on the bottom of the slider, you're gonna notice that it might be too big for the feet. So I have the feet unscrewed all the way here, and that's so that I have clearance to still use it when it's not on a tripod. That could definitely be problematic, and these things are pretty much at their edge, so sometimes they tend to fall out, but it's kind of inevitable. I can't really do much about that. Or maybe I can. I haven't figured it out yet though. But as you can see from the overall build, it's great quality, surprisingly sturdy. Comes with a nice, well, it's alright, but it comes with this travel case, which is kind of this piece is kind of irritating, but otherwise it's actually a great travel case, and it's nice that they have that thrown in there with the $150 price point. Overall, I'm really impressed with the quality. I was super stoked when this came in. Like I said, I had a problem with it the first time, but the second time they really came through, and I'm enjoying the hell out of this. The only thing I can say is I don't know if everyone really needs a 21-inch slider. I pretty much got it just in case, but when I'm using it, I pretty much use less than the full length, honestly. So guys, if you're interested in purchasing this, I've left a link down below in the description. But that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. If you got anything out of this video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you have questions or comments, make sure to leave that in the comment section down below. In the future, I plan to do a lot more product reviews and tutorials, definitely coming soon. 360 tutorials in particular. So make sure to stay tuned to my channel because I have a lot more coming soon. Thanks again for watching. Take care, guys.